Woo! Hello! Good morning, everyone. I hope that you all are having a good Monday. As good as a Monday can be. As good as a Monday, well, the Monday after daylight savings time kicks in can be. Oh boy. What a fun little experience it is to go through daylight savings. Lose an entire hour of your life. Just, wandering along, enjoying yourself. It's 2 a.m. Oh, no, wait. Why is it 3 a.m. now? And on a Saturday night, too. So cruel. Oh, wee. Hello, Rick Roller. Greetings, Cooler Man Nacho. And hello, Lying. Man. It is in this moment that I realize I do not have a playlist prepared. Because why on earth would I ever consider being prepared? So many of them to draw from. I'm currently doing forward kinematic math for Minecraft characters, so you are my second monitor content. Okay. Are you sure that you're not supposed to be saying forward kinetic math? kinematic is not a word that I am familiar with. Though it does sound similar to other words. I guess we'll just do the Banished soundtrack today, yeah? Okay. Multiplayer, local server. Basically means the math you do to pose a body. Well, enjoy, I guess? Alright. Okay, so the last thing I did... I'm just going to take all the netherrack out of these furnaces, because I don't know whether or not I'm actually finished with anything here. The last thing I was doing on the server was smelting up a whole bunch of extra netherrack, because... well, you know, you go and you do a bunch of mining in the nether, and before you know it, you've got a whole bunch of the stuff that you need to process. So I'm making the red nether brick that I need in order to make the walls that decorate the left and the right. I'm all thumbs today. Okay, so it turns out that I did actually have more netherrack to process. Didn't expect that to be the case. Not even close to a second round that needs to go through the furnaces, but I'm not going to bother with that for now. I'm not going to hang out in the overworld enough. I don't think that I've got enough nether wart to finish crafting all of this either. Shame. Benjamin the Biscuit. Hello, Benjamin the Biscuit. Greetings and welcome to the stream. Hello, Doomsday. Greetings and welcome to the stream. Forward kinematics is, here are the angles of the limbs. Work out the pose. Where inverse kinematics is, here is the pose. Work out the angles. I'm trying to make sure a rendered icon stays glued to your head. Inverse kinematics are most familiar to gamers as the stuff that makes your character's feet match the terrain they're standing on. Oh. Okay then. Here you go. You came in here for kibble, I know it. You love Skibidi Toilet? Okay. Cool. Congrats. Sure sounds like Enshrouded. No, this is not Enshrouded music. Like, I get the feeling that you have never actually sat down and played either Enshrouded or Banished. You're on my friends list. I could just check whether or not you even have those games, but I'm guessing the fact that you can't tell the difference between them means that you've never played either. Hello, Benjamin Biscuit. Greetings. I'm very poor, so probably not. Oh. Well, that was weird. Yeah. Some people are just trolls. Some people are just trolls. I do not understand. You start ordering a streamer around, you're gonna find out really fast whether or not they care for you or not. Alright, so my task today is just to basically get back on the Back on that system. The rail system. Right. I spent a decent amount of time on the Nether Highway. Well, using the rail system in the overworld, so... You want more kibble? No, you want up on me. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep, you're sniffing around. If you're gonna be weird, you could at least tip your stream. Oh, please. That person did... I'm not that person's streamer. I'm that person's plaything to, like, poke and throw. I'm like a stuffed animal that, you know, like a kid wants to huck against the wall. That's what I was. That's what I am to someone like that. I'm not a person. I'm a temporary plaything for entertainment. Okay, I should have come in here with... Well, no, basalt is something I gotta come through and, like, do a whole bunch of still, so... I realize now that this is something else that I have to do. The roof of this place has to get done. And I, like, looking at the situation I'm in, I feel like... it's gonna make a lot of sense for me to come through with my good pick. But you know what? We'll come back this way, and instead of doing that, I need to fix up the walls some. To be prepped. For Windows, etc. Because we all know we run Microsoft operating systems in Minecraft. Gonna be having a fun time with this one. So I have to dig pockets on either side. And then after the pockets are dug, I can actually put things in. I'm gonna need a better pick in order to go through the whole ceiling, though, with all the cobblestone that I gotta take out. God damn... stupid zombie pigs. It's daylight savings time again? Yeah, it's daylight savings time again. Mother. I didn't touch nothing. Oh, scusez. Oh, fun. So how is the weekend for everyone, yeah? Modestly alright, hopefully, at the least. Oh, PM Twisty just came in with a raiding party. Hello, greetings. Greetings, Twisty. How are you doing? I hope that you, as a raiding party and as a group, are doing fantastic. Welcome to my morning Minecraft stream. Doing good. Glad to have finally found someone on the Minecraft category to raid. Is the Minecraft category a little bit empty at the moment? I would imagine that it probably wouldn't be, because it's Minecraft, but the hell do I know? Man. I'm not doing a sweaty palms job right now at all. No, no siree. No sweaty palm jobs for me. Whew. First thing in the morning, barely awake. Oh, I think I'm gonna hover over lava. Why not? Let's just toy with my life. Eli redeemed show mug. All right, you got me. You got me. Good cup of joe in the morning. And I have plenty more where this came from. Buying a carafe was probably the best investment for I could ever do as a streamer. It's not empty. Not gonna leave my people with screaming tweens. Oh man, I find it highly entertaining that you can that Minecraft in general can still be stuffed full of so many young faces whenever, like, I've watched an entire generation grow up on Minecraft. So the fact that it's still something that, you know, appeals to kids is... It's happy. It means that it's multi-generational. I was in my 20s when this game first became available. That's not a cup. That's an aquarium? Well, I mean, sure. If you're trying to be a lightweight, you call it an you call it an aquarium. This is what I call a mini. If I drink that much coffee, I won't sleep for 2 months. Man, okay, so there are two fundamentally different types of coffee that you can have. There is filtered coffee and unfiltered coffee. Basically, if you're like putting grounds into a paper filter and then running the water through that, the paper filter does a whole bunch to, you know, change the quality of the coffee. I do not drink filtered coffee for the most part. Because I find it to be too weak. This, however, is filtered coffee, which is why I need so much of it. Might even walk to Paris. Oof. You're talking to somebody who's got an entire ocean between themselves and Paris, which is... It makes it a very impressive feat. If I could drink an entire pot of coffee and it'll result in me being able to walk to Paris, I think I've got the way that I'm gonna get rich, man. Spowy. Oh, right. I had that show mug redeem. Click that as done. Hello, Cortex. Greetings and welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Gotta swim a bit then. I mean, you're right. The first and most important thing that you do whenever you're walking in a straight line and you hit a body of water is you just start swimming. You don't even bother taking any of your clothes off. Have you ever tried to swim with shoes on? It's not easy. But you know what? That's what you do whenever you just walk in a straight line and you meet a body of water. No clothes off. No shoes off. You just hop right in. You start paddling. Ooh. Didn't know that was gonna happen. Oh, this opens up a... Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't think that I'm quite ready for it here. It opens up, and I was thinking maybe it's time to do a hot little number there, but nah, I don't think it's time yet. Oh, excuse me. So much netherrack to go through. I mean, honestly, I labeled the stream Tuff Time in reference to the building material, but I don't even know that I'm gonna get around to laying Tuff, because there's so much of this netherrack to rip out still. Like, it's such a long line, man. I think like hearing the squeaking pigs. Doing alright, just got back home from dropping off a sibling at work. Man, streamer bod is probably close to optimal for swimming that far too. My kinematic code works. Yippee. Well, hey, congratulations, Lying. Now I realize why I was filling up with so much netherrack. You dig the entirety of the tunnel and you're like, ah, I'm done, I don't have anything to worry about. And then you realize very quickly that there's still plenty to worry about. Because you have a whole bunch of additional mining left to do. What's that? You thought you were done digging up netherrack and being in the danger zone? Well, that's cute. Come back in 5 to 10 years. After you've run through enough stone picks to put a Gold Rush miner to shame. Because we all know Gold Rush miners they worked with. Stone picks specifically. Some people think that the California Gold Rush was responsible for the invention of denim jeans. Nope. Turns out the most significant contribution that has ever been made to the history of the world from the California Gold Rush was the invention of the stone pick, because they were just that cheap whenever they were working on getting that gold out. You gotta cut the margins somewhere. I should really not be doing this with a stone pick, but whatever. And by this, I specifically mean mining quartz with it. I've got better equipment to do this, but whatever. I'm being lazy today. Lazy in and amongst all of the hard work that I'm doing. And here I thought the gold rush contributed to songs about gold. Much to many people's surprise, not the most impressive contribution. I wish I understood what was up with this cat. He has become so needy of lap time the minute that I get to streaming. This boy is just straight up. He is full donut in my lap. And here's the problem, okay? I had a footrest under my desk, okay? But the only reason it was there was because, like, I injured my back last year, and, you know, like, it was like, oh, God, like, my feet are kind of dangling whenever I lean back in this chair. So Tev was like, oh, here, use this. And it's this little plastic caddy for carrying a, like, organizing all of her thread that she uses for sewing, okay? So she hands it to me, it turns into my footrest, and just recently, like, an entire year later, she's like, oh, I need that back, I need the thread in it. So, like, I don't have anything to, like, rest my feet on, so now I'm awkwardly pushed back, my feet aren't touching the floor, which is messing with my legs in, like, other places. And I can't do anything about it. I can't adjust myself to make it more comfortable because I have a cat in my lap who's, like, not interested in moving at all. Why no kitty cat on screen? Because he is full on in my lap, man. Like, I don't... Like, one of the things I gotta do is buy a longer cable for the camera. Because the camera, it's, how to phrase it? The cable for the camera is not long enough. Just full stop. That's the problem. The cable for the camera is just barely long enough, but I don't have full mobility to move it around. So... fun. Group bonding. Don't cats like to do stuff together with their humans if they notice that they do a certain action a lot? You know, I never thought about that. It's reasonably possible. I mean, this isn't as bad as it could be, right? Because Ratchet has gotten in my lap so many times at this point. And most of the time, he has been very, I am in your lap now. You must pay attention to me. Me, 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 me. Like that's his entire attitude. It's like, I am the only one who exists now. You are not allowed to pay attention to anything other than me. So, the fact that he's, like, decided to actually settle down in my lap and not make a fuss is a big surprise. Okay, cool. So, we don't actually need this wall anymore. He's not, like, sitting here constantly pawing at my hands. It's like, why are your hands on the keyboard instead of on me? I require attention. Give the pets to me. Are you okay there? Are your ears bugging you? Okay, I thought that you were getting ready to get off of my lap. Evidently, all he needed was one good adjustment. Seemingly. Oh my god. Getting a window on this. Woo. Okay. Had a bit of a moment there. Bit of that bread tried to go down the wrong tube. Good afternoon, all. I am back from work and tired as heck. Well, hello and greetings, Amy girl. Nothing like being off of work, right? I forgot it was daylight savings time yesterday, so my phone clock was an hour ahead of every clock in my house. I was so confused for a good 10 minutes. I mean, that's absolutely relatable, you know? Like, I think I've gotten almost every clock in the house spun forward, but there are definitely some outliers, probably. I hate DST. I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't hate DST. Britain changes hours on the 30th, which is also Monday for us. Oh, yeah, because of course we couldn't have a Mother's Day that's Mother's Day for us. Yeah, because we couldn't have a Mother's Day that lasts too long, okay? Oh my god, I didn't know that I was that low on To be fair, I should say DLST instead of DST, because Don't Starve Together is fun. God. Woo. Man. Sofikia, hello. Greetings and welcome to the chat. Hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. Man, there is not... I don't have enough pickaxe power in order to get through the rest of this. I have a lot of digging left to do. Holy crap, do I have a lot of digging left to do. I thought I was getting close, but no. I was going entirely down one side, and then I was going to go up the other side. Okay, this is Tev's place. There should be some cobblestone sitting around here. In the crates? Nope, not in the crates. Alright. Gotta go back over. Back to the other side. Whole freaking family setup over here. Alright. Alright. You know what? It is once again time for a coffee break. Step 1, putting the crema. That should be enough. Step 2, grab the carafe and open it. Step 3, stir the coffee. Doesn't really need any. If you pour the coffee correctly onto the creamer, it dissolves instantly. Space mug. Yeah, it does have the moon and stars embedded in the inside. This is a kind of a boring mug if you just look at it from the outside, but it's got all of the designing is on the inside of it, which is nice for the person drinking it. It's less about showing off to other people, and it's more about like having a nice sight that whenever you look down and take a sip, you know. Void on the outside, space on the inside. Yeah, pretty much. That's the energy. That's the vibe, yo. That's the vibe. All right. You remind me of Mike Wazowski. Why does that name sound familiar? The eyeball guy from Monsters, Inc. Oh my word. Wasn't he voiced by Billy Crystal? And you get a little bit of stuff down the wrong tube, even slightly. And all of a sudden it feels like you've got grit in your throat. Almost seems like I scratched the back of my throat with that missed swallow earlier. Correct, Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal, age 76, voiced Mike Wazowski in the Monsters, Inc. franchise. Man, he's 76? I didn't know that Billy Crystal was so old. Billy Crystal is, in fact, a baby boomer. Wow. It's just one of those things where it's like, I haven't seen Billy Crystal in a long time at this point, you know? I haven't seen him in any type of... I don't watch a lot of media in the first place, you know? I'm not a significant moviegoer and all that, so... All I know is that it's been a long time since I've seen Billy Crystal advertised as being in anything, you know? I still have to take the ceiling out of this place as well. Oh, my word. So much digging. Holy crap, Dick Van Dyke is 99 and still alive? Yeah, he's also, like, capable of stringing together a coherent sentence still. Or at least he was when I last saw him make a YouTube video, which was, I want to say about 1 or 2 months ago. Dick Van Dyke is surprisingly lucid for his age. Surprisingly lucid. Think you'll be able to blitz the ceiling with a diamond pick since there should be no lava above the blocks? I'll probably do it with one of my nether pickaxes. Or netherite pickaxes, so... He turns 100 on December 13th. Wow. I didn't know that he was a December baby. I am legit contemplating whether or not I should take today off because of the daylight savings, you know? Like, Does it make sense for me not to go into work today and just use a sick day and be like, yeah, it's that terrible daylight savings day that you get. I say do it. I think it's gonna depend on a couple of different factors. Luckily, I don't have to decide right away, you know. I start work before a lot of other people around me, which means that anybody who like covers the difference of what's happening for the day, they show up later than me by like 2 hours, so I have time to make a decision, you know. I also say order a pizza. Okay, I'm not entirely certain that you're giving me good advice here. Oh my word, I went through the playlist already. Okay, you know what? We haven't listened to this one in a hot minute. We will just start that. I never said it was a good advice. I never said it was advice at all. Then what is it? If it's not advice, is it like supposed to be an order or something? Oh, for God's sake, you little freak. Suggestion. Wait, is the suggestion advice? It can be. It can be. So you've been giving advice this whole time and not willing to admit to it. Is that how it is? Or is advice a suggest? I think it's a two-way street here. If you get one, you get the other. Hey, chat. Guess a color. Well, hello there, Black Claw. How are you doing? It's surprising to see you over here on the Twitch side. You're usually a very YouTube-oriented person. Printer spaghetti. Do you want kibble? You look like, yeah, it looks like you want kibble. There we go. Guess a what? Guess a color. Guess the color. Well, I'm getting onto my Xbox to continue my Mass Effect playthrough. Oh. Purple? Ah, wrong. It's not purple. Pink? Nope, wrong. Not pink. Blue. Ah, you got it right. What do you know? You're right. I think I'm going to be well served to seal this one. Oops. Not even sure what we're guessing colors for. Well, the answer is yes. I hope there are no further questions because there will be no further answers. Oh boy. Okay. It's an improvement. Should I get tacos or burritos? The only reasonable answer to that is 5:15. I disagree. The best answer is 5:45. Now you listen here. You listen here. You think you know what the best answer is? You don't even understand what the answer is. You haven't even comprehended the question yet, Zauchen. Are you a dodo? God. Alright, well, I'm full up on stuff, so we'll go ahead and dump material, and then we'll get to putting some basalt in. At the very least, I'm close to getting the basalt through. Slowly and steadily, you know. You're full of printer spaghetti. You do understand, Black Claw, that that's less about printer and that's more copy and pasta. It's a reference to copy pasta. Like, it's even in the names of those emotes, Black Claw. I just want to know if you're aware of that. Just a small detail. I say what I believe it is, and it shall be. Defiant right unto the end. Alright, let's run a bunch of this stuff through a stonecutter now. Alright. Hello, Sawtooth. Alright, let's see if we can finish off at least a section of this. Again, I still have to go through the whole ceiling, but bits and pieces, I suppose. I gotta hang lanterns through this whole place. Man, I cannot wait to fix the fucking spawning problems in these chambers. I do not want mobs down here anymore. I'm so sick of it. I found a planet with alien monkeys on it. Accidentally ran over one with the Mako, the Libra. Then Liara and Tali scolded me for it. Saying hello to me after responding to me before. No. That's not true. That's not true. Well, hello there, Margani, with the raiding party. Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. My word. Mark called you cute. Ooh. Why, thank you. Greetings, raiders. How are you doing today? On this fine Monday that in no way, shape, or form is ruined by daylight savings time. And I'm an hour short. Still haven't adjusted to it. Still have not adjusted to it. Not cool is the best answer. Don't compliment him, it'll further inflate his ego. I did not say this, but was thinking it. Oh my word. I should have grabbed my better pickaxe before coming back to do this job. Easterlings? Orcs! Get them all! I don't even understand this reference. Lord of the Rings? How's it going so far? I mean, my introduction to daylight savings this year is, it could be worse. I'll put it that way. It could be worse. I've been through really horrendous daylight savings switches. And it's not super awful, but it's never pleasant. As for the Minecrafting is going fine, if not tedious. I'm just trying to build out a rail line in the nether here. And I can't help myself. It can't just be raw and uninteresting. It has to be stylized, it has to be designed, it has to be pretty. And for all of those reasons, it's taking forever. Because look at me, man. Like I've got to put windows on this. I gotta like I need to rip out this ceiling here, and replace it with something that looks better. I don't know how to do things simply, you know? And I'm specifically doing this on a survival-only server that I've worked on for a long time, so... Why are you on 42 levels with stone tools and no armor? No, I've got armor. I have a golden helmet. I'm in the nether. I know what I'm doing. The answer to all of your questions is just, I've stripped myself of all of my good equipment because I'm doing dangerous jobs in the nether. I have a habit of burning suddenly in the nether. So I don't want to have any of my valuable stuff on me when should the bad deed end up should I have bad luck, as it were. Press X to doubt. What do you mean press X to doubt? Listen, this is a precautionary measure. I work with junk tools in the nether whenever I'm doing projects because you can get away with mining netherrack with junk tools. The minute you hit a basalt delta, the whole game changes. Yo, good evening, Strife. Hello, Dark Matter. Welcome and greetings over there on YouTube. Nice to see somebody over on that side, chatting a little bit. I'll come back with a better pickaxe and remove that vein. shit, my bad. Didn't know you had a gold helmet. Don't beat me up, please. Come in the ocean, Strife. The lava's gray. You're trying to tempt me to do something stupid. I can tell. Precaution is going to the nether without any piece of armor or any tools nowadays. I mean, when you're relatively safe, you know. When you understand the threats that the nether carries. Go ahead and just hide in this corner for a moment here while I take my meds. Ugh. Nothing like being an aging individual. Anyway, mate, I need to go do something. Always a reason for raiding after all. Hope the stream goes well. Hey, Mark, you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that your stream was great, and I hope that you get whatever you need in the next 24 hours that you require. Have a good one, and thanks so much for the raid. Strife, I'm ablaze. I might as well be a siren. When you take a ginormous horse pill and it decides to go down your throat ever so slightly wrong, and you can just feel it the entire way. Talk about unpleasant. Okay. All right, we're just gonna keep going backwards here. I'm still like getting the learning curve for my new mouse down. Like I bought the same make, but it's a different model of mouse. So, you know, like same manufacturer, but different different style from them, more or less. This one is like all smooth. It's not ribbed for my pleasure and all that stuff. But its acceleration is similar, but ever so slightly different. I thought that piglin was enraged. Nah, they're all good. They only look angry. They have resting piglin face. What's the brand? Deluxe. D-E-L-U-X. The whole reason why I use the Deluxe brand of mouse is because they offer ergonomic mice. So I'm not like, instead of doing this with my hand, it's up to the side more. It's easier on my wrist, especially with the number of hours that I spend at the computer, so. Okay, so this is all of the remaining basalt that I have on my hotbar. Look at that. Alright. Well, it was from the video game Return of the King during the fight of Pelennor Fields. What on earth? I haven't played Return of the King in a long time. Only video game of Lord of the Rings I have is a really old PC game of the Fellowship of the Ring. Oh, man. The Fellowship didn't really even get that much of anything for games. Mostly because, frankly, the Fellowship of the Ring is probably the most boring of all the Lord of the Rings books. Not necessarily because it's slow, but because it has to spend so much time setting up the world, you know? So that doesn't really translate into a video game that, well, especially video games of the time that were wholly focused on, you know, combat. Fellowship is a lot more walking than fighting. Yes, yes. It is a lot more walking than fighting, but not necessarily because it's all about the walking. It's more because it's the discussions that people have, understanding what you're getting into, understanding the complexity of the journey. Okay, so there's still... Yeah, I still have a lot of digging left to do, but I can't do any of the digging here in the Basalt Delta without the good pick. So... Keep getting bots, man. And I'm fairly certain you guys aren't seeing the bots at this point because they're such blatant like ban evaders. Oh man. They're so blatantly dodging bans at this point that like Twitch is holding their messages, and like only I get to see their wondrous messages of how boring and dead my chat is. Because everybody knows that's like a really high quality method of advertisement. Hey bro, your stream is dead. You want to buy some views? Sorry, what makes you think that advertising by being an ass is such a good idea? This is something I don't, like, I understand that you gotta try everything, but also it's very, very clear that, like, that tactic doesn't, like, what was the way that it was described to me by my composition professor back in my days of university. Knock knock, you're going to hell does not sell anyone on anything. Like the entire point of of composition was you got to learn how to write a paper. And by the way, there are better and worse ways to convince people of things. And you know those, religious types that come to your door and they tell you that you're destined for hellfire if you don't convert to their religion? Well, knock knock, you're going to hell is a terrible way to to try to advertise anything to anyone. Best cheap views on William Strife removes the space. Knock knock, you're going to hell. What if I want to go there? What are you going to do now? Sort of a way of saying you can't sell something to someone by telling them they need it. You need to convince them they need it. Well, convincing someone that they need it, there are good and bad ways to convince someone that they need anything. But telling people that they've got it all wrong in the whole concept of knock knock, you're going to hell is kind of centric on the idea that you've been doing something wrong this whole time. Okay? And unfortunately, there is a very real fact in regards to human psychology, which is that telling people that people do not like being told that they're wrong or that they've done something wrong. Okay? So, showing someone an amazing, incredible thing, okay, yeah, that's amazing and incredible. But that requires a demonstration, that requires really getting their attention. If you're just trying to sell view bots, if you're trying to sell views, you don't have an opportunity to do a demonstration. I don't know if I want to put windows on this section or not, so I'm going to skip it for now. Generally speaking, people know when something is wrong in their life, so trying to present some brand new thing they've never remotely thought as being wrong is a big upsell problem. Yes. I'll put it this way. One of the reasons that, one of the classic door-to-door salesman options worked back in a bygone era of American history, the door-to-door salesman for the improved vacuum cleaner, okay? This is a pretty classic one. The reason that works is because, yeah, you hate the vacuum that you've got, or maybe the vacuum you've got is serviceable, but it doesn't do anything good or fancy. Well, selling you a vacuum, you don't actually need to tell the person that they've done anything wrong. It's the object they already own that isn't good enough, or maybe they don't have a vacuum or something like that. The whole concept that the door-to-door salesman is based on is that it's an item. And even if you already have one of those items, well, I've got a better version of that item for you. It's not about you. the person. It's not about you having purchased a quote-unquote inferior vacuum. It's about the fact that I have a better version of the vacuum for you. If this is making any amount of sense. But when you're an entertainer and your job is to get an audience and you open with, wow, you're such a bad entertainer, you have already lost the person. You're not winning anyone that way. Like that is a personal insult that you're opening with. It's not gonna go well. Get out of the way, you stupid pig. It'd be better to start with, your stream is so great, it deserves more views, we can help you get them. Yes, that is a better marketing pitch. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to catch, you're going to get more attention and more positive, you're going to get a more positive reception, and you're going to get more people to buy into it with that method than by saying, wow, your stream is so dead, even the ghosts are leaving. This is their latest method. No, Gerald is being sealed into the wall. David, too. Just gonna give up on working on those wall sections for the time being, and I'm just gonna lay in freaking pavers. It's time to slab. We're slabbing it up in here. A nice thick slab of meat. Who doesn't enjoy a nice thick slab of meat? I mean, vegetarians and vegans, I'm certain, but man, I don't know. I don't know, man. Meat is so damn tasty. Everything is better with bacon. Now you see, bacon is one of the few meats that I'm a little bit back and forth on. Just because you can get it so right and you can also get it so wrong. My friend that went hunting gave me 100 pounds of venison meat, so I got slabs of meat in my deep freezer to barbecue later on. Man, if I got 100 pounds of venison, first off, I wouldn't even know what to do because I've never worked with venison, you know? I've heard tell that it's kind of stringy, but or tough. But man, like I would probably make some jerky. Like, jerky would definitely be in my future. And I know exactly how I would make it, too. There's this method that Alton Brown showed off in the show Good Eats. And it was like, yeah, all you got to do is get your hands on a box fan and a couple of air filters. And it's like, oh, that is incredibly easy. Box fan, air filters, and some bungee cords or whatever. I mean, there's more to it than that, but the actual jerky making process is pretty easy. But in regards to bacon, the thing that I've got an enormous issue with bacon is the fact that frequently whenever you get bacon, not as a standalone item as at like a breakfast restaurant or something, if you get it on like a burger, it'll be the small, like wispy type of bacon. And the worst part is that I don't know how they manage to do this, but they will cook it in such a way that it turns into something that gets between my teeth and gets stuck there. That does not happen whenever I make bacon at home or if I get it from a restaurant, you know, like standalone or a la carte or something. If I ask for just a strip of bacon or two, it's perfectly fine. But like if I get it on a burger, every single time it ends up being, it breaks into like pieces that just decide that they want to live between my teeth, and I don't understand why. And it drives me nuts every single time. Well, I plan to make meatballs, burgers, and ribs, but venison can be stringy if you don't marinate it properly or slow cook it or rend the meat properly to make it less tough. Okay, so the stories that I've heard are pretty accurate. It's one of the reasons you probably don't really ever see venison sold in supermarkets for the most part. That and the fact that I don't know how deer take to domestication. I figure if they took to domestication or they were easy enough to feed or something, it wouldn't be a problem, but and you'd like see it in all the grocery stores, but it's just not one of those things. Maybe it's strictly because the meat really isn't all that great. coffee's really hitting the spot today. I don't know what it is about this stuff. Light reminder, chat. You have the option of tipping me. We are on our way to the next image being released. It's just a question of how long until we get enough donations before the image becomes released. Oh, I've actually run out. What do you know? Alright, well, I think that this is the right direction. Need to return to spawn. This... I think this is actually the wrong direction. Now that I look at it as I'm running over it. I'll find out once I hit the other end of the bridge. No, this is the correct direction. This is the correct direction. Given the fact that we kind of ruined the deer population in how they can just blow up. We kind of ruined the deer population and how they can just blow up and need to be kind of trimmed through different means makes it not that hard to domesticate them. Well then. And I've still got more of this stuff. My word. Let's run back. I didn't realize that I had another stretch of this stuff to take care of here. Oops. Also, people don't know how to cook venison properly to make it good so it doesn't sell well. You know, that was one of my understandings for the reason why pig was like the #1 thing. For a long time in America, at least. Because before modern preservation before modern preservation with refrigeration and everything had to get salted, you know? So you're, like, if you wanted meat to last, you had to, like, super salt your meat inside of barrels and everything. And pork, when it's salted, it just kind of stays pretty edible. Like, even though it would, like, be way, 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 way too salty, if you took it straight out of a salt barrel, it would still be fully edible. Like, if the over saltiness wasn't a problem, you could still bite into it and chew it. Meanwhile, if you salted beef would turn into rocks, and you had to, like, really, really crazy soak beef before you could even hope to eat that stuff. Because it, like, you just break your teeth on it with salted beef. So, you know, the ease of being able to eat something reasonably is a super important factor. Greetings, Eli. Okay, so... Gonna need some more basalt. We'll just do that much. I've blasted through all of the red nether brick that I brought into the nether, so... Right, what I want to do next is grab up some cobblestone. This is all the cobblestone I have. Oh my god. This is not good. This will not do. This will never do. Okay, we will switch over to doing glass panes then, okay? I don't think I need really all that much in regards to glass panes, but here we are. Okay. True, that's why some Asian markets and some markets still sell salted ham, which you have to boil repeatedly, otherwise your blood pressure would look like the moon mission success rate on Only Up. God. Oh my word. What a way to phrase it. Line go up, brah. Painstakingly awkward. One single section here takes an entire stack of glass panes. So just this one little box has taken me almost an entire stack of glass panes. Man. You know what, chat? I'm a little bit curious. I haven't asked this question in a hot minute, I don't think. What? How did you find me as a streamer? Like, did you find me as a YouTuber first, and then you found me here, or did you find me here? And you don't really know me from my YouTube stuff much, if at all. You showed up on a modded Minecraft server I was on a while back. Lying. Ugh. When you posted horny on main. Wait. When did I post horny on main, and what main where? You have to be clear. You're not helping. I found you on YouTube first, then joined Twitch chat several years later. Found your stream through YouTube first. Okay, okay, so. That means that you're kind of recent in that case, aren't you? Dark Matter. Well, I finally did it. I'll be coming back through with my Silk Touch pickaxe eventually. I'm just gonna line the top and bottom of as much of this as I can. I'll come through and I'll do the middle section later. I followed your channel since 2012, and until recently, yeah, I didn't know you streamed until you started doing it on YouTube and said you had a channel for it. Oh, so my mentions on my main did actually make a difference. Okay, thank you very much. That's a helpful, that is very helpful. Your Discord, assumably. Well, I don't have a Discord. Nope, I can't post horny on main because I don't have a Discord to post on. I gave up days of running a community a long time ago. This space is gonna... Ooh. There's the horny on main. Good morrow, William. Hello, Ace. I didn't see you there. What are you doing talking about horny on main? I think that's more you all being horny on main. I don't think I can be held responsible for how frequently you trigger off that command. I'm at least thankful that there's a segment of you who are not utterly and completely horrified to know that I publish those types of pictures. I know for certain that there are people who see those pictures and they're like, I don't belong here, I'm leaving. No, my horny on main is not here. Bruh, it's 2025. People need to stop acting like it's the 1800s and we're showing an elbow is too bad or too much. Oh my word. Alright, this is the last of the glass I have. I think I've hit the long bridge too, so there's like fuck all that I can do to actually reach the other end of this in one go. Not like I horny anywhere else. Oh, you're either trying to flatter me, or you're lying. No, Ace is not my... Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, that's all of the window panes I have, so... I'm still horrified. I just endorse it to embrace you. Oh my. Thank you, I think? I suppose the modern world really is just like, what the hell is wrong with you know, showing like showing off and being sexy and all that stuff. Like there's a distinct like don't be ashamed of it attitude that exists today. You know, current year argument 2025. How much of this stuff... How much of this stuff should I have? That's kind of the question. I'm not entirely certain what a good answer to it is. Also, I appear to still have some glass, which is not something I was expecting. I thought for certain that I was completely out. How the hell I managed to miss the fact that I have extra, I don't know. As of late, I think I've had an idea kicking around in my head. The people that I know of that are usually ashamed of it are either in the closet or had body image issues that came about from bullying when they were younger. Man, I'm surprised there's no mention of like a puritanical upbringing, because that's definitely a common one. You know what? Before I hop back into the nether, it's time for another coffee break. It's time for another coffee break. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I have a sexy fish on the back wall, a skeleton wearing a mankini, and a literal cock sock hanging off of a hanger. To some people, I may actually be the definition of corrupted. A puritanical upbringing is just bullying with religion. I mean, you're not wrong. Nothing like that coffee prep, right? Nothing like that coffee prep. All right. Oh, wait. Well, you know what? At the very least, I'm happy that I'm not someone who's ashamed of my body. A great gift idea for coffee lover, coffee chemistry set. What would a coffee chemistry set be? Feels like I'm in a shop. I mean, I think that's basically the type of music that I'm playing. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that it is shop music. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. God. I just want to get through and do my freaking job here. I want to work on my project. Why are you harshing me? Gah. I probably made way too many slabs. I mean, we'll find out in a moment. But I feel like I made way too many slabs. Like a hot plate stirrer. Oh, one of those, eh? The magnetic stirrer. Have I done this entire left side? Looks like I have. Beaker with a handle and a condenser that is the dripper. Like, there's nothing wrong with me trying to get a coffee setup going in here, but my big problem with it is the fact that I don't want something up here that could spill liquid and I would have to clean. I also am not a big fan of anything that releases steam being in this room. A cup of coffee does release steam, but it's not the same as, like, having something that heats anything to release steam. I'm surprised you didn't use red glass or another color for the open bits near the lava in the tunnel. The main reason I'm not using glass for the open areas here is just the simple reason that I want to be able to see the nether for what it actually is. I don't want to color tint it. I think that stained glass in Minecraft is not really all that great for your windows if you're only going to be looking out the windows. I think stained glass is fantastic whenever you're looking at the building from the outside. Takes a lot of dye to make stained glass as well. And despite my best efforts, I still have not finished making a place that, like, I haven't established a reliable source of dye on the server, okay? Which, like, I've done all of these various building projects on the server. You figure I would have done that by now, but nope, I have not. Not for this, anyway. Time to build a rainbow factory. You say that, and the first thing that comes to mind is that once, I think it was the first episode of Gravity Falls, where they have a gnome just puking a rainbow. That's all that comes to my mind whenever I hear time to make a rainbow factory. Just gnomes puking rainbows all over the place. puking rainbows? There's an even older reference, the ASDF movies. I don't remember that at all. God, what is up with this weird itch in my nose? Ugh. That's just a gift set to have it in a kitchen and show off on stream during a coffee break vid. That would be super awesome. Man, you're right. Having a nice like little alchemical set and then doing a little shoot with it. And then playing it during a coffee break. It's a good idea. So, have you ever gotten into doing something for a hobby, and then, before long, you're not just doing it for a hobby anymore, because, like, you've become reliant on it? What I am referring to in this specific instance, for me, and why it's come up, is bread. It's bread making, and butter making, and coffee roasting. These are all things that I started as a neat little hobby thing to bother with, okay? And I'm like, okay, cool, that's not a problem, you know? It's nice to have this little hobby thing that I'm doing. Oh, I'm making butter. Oh, look at me. I'm making, you know, bread, or I'm roasting my own coffee. They have become less hobby things, and now just like, no, like, they're so much better this way. Now I have to do them this way, and I only do them every no, my glass, you fucking shit. Ugh. I hate ghasts so much. Reap what I sow only did half the windows. Rip in peace, class. Peace is more like, man. Shattered glass all over the place. It's not fun, man. It's not cool. I'm doing the exceedingly entertaining thing of staring at the screen, placing blocks, and not saying a single word. I'm not even trying to entertain myself to a certain degree. In a way, there's a therapeutic silence in just listening to the soundtrack and slapping things down. I have my job selling olive oil and balsamic vinegar at a shop that has become like the only way I cook at a shop, and has become the only way that I cook now, and I blame my boss for this, since she inspired me to do it and be better. Wow. I mean, I never would have thought about like working in a shop where you sell vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and olive oil. But man, I mean, if you have to do any cooking, like let's just say you start up the stove top, you know, you fire up the stove and you need to cook an egg. What type of pan are you gonna cook it in? And what, if any, like oil, butter, grease, like what are you gonna cook it in? Like what type of an implement and what type of a lubricant, as it were, are you going to cook your egg in? I'm very curious about it, because I know exactly what my answer to that is. Like, once upon a time, I would have done it this way. Nowadays, I do it this way. I have a really big preference for it the way that I do it now. The question is, how would you do it? And I'm in basically the whole of chat with that question. How would you do it, chat? I made myself enough slabs. I think I still technically made too many slabs, but I'm not gonna complain. Butter and a spatula. Okay, but what type of pan would you use? Are we talking about like a non-stick pan, or are we talking a ceramic pan? Are we talking cast iron? All right. Non-stick is what we have. I basically don't cook. Oh my word. Why would you not cook? Cooking is one of the, like, the quintessential things you need to know how to do. Pretty much a non-stick pan. Sometimes if there was bacon cooked, I use bacon fat in the pan. Okay. Cast iron pan with an herb-infused olive oil and put the lid on to steam the rest of the egg after cooking it for 2 minutes. I love it running on the toast in the morning. My word, that is a precise description. Now you see, in this house, we do our eggs over medium. We do our eggs over medium, which is where you cook the whites completely and the yolk is only a little bit cooked. Only a little bit cooked. Like the best way to do it, the best over medium eggs is whenever the whites are completely cooked, but almost the entire yolk is still running. Okay, so I think I only need 1 stack of polished basalt on me. We're going to fill up half my inventory with nether brick, red nether brick. That'll do for now. And then we gotta cut all of this. Wait a minute. Is it actually faster to do it with the Yeah, that's one. That's still 1-1. It's still 1-1. Go ahead and take a nap. Now, for me, the way that I will do, if I need to cook an egg, it comes down to what the state of my cast iron is. Okay. Because Tev, like we were, you know, on vacation, and like her, you know, we're on vacation, and we go and we see her father in the process of that, you know, and he's got all of this stuff sitting on his front porch. Okay, it's just like stacked high with stuff, and amongst all of it is this rusted cast iron pan, and I'm like, that is one rusted cast iron pan. And he looked over at it and he was like, oh, I didn't even know that I had that. You want it? So I proceed to take this like rusted cast iron from Tev's father. And I'm like, okay, well, I got a cast iron pan now. And when we get home after vacation, I'm like, all right, I've got to get a plan for this thing. So I look up how to season a cast iron pan, how to fix it up and everything. It's like, okay, so step one is to basically sand that thing until there's no longer any type of rust on it. Make certain that you wash it up good. And then, you know, put the layers of seasoning on it, you know, put the layers of oil and, you know, bake it at a high temperature, and that's all that there is to it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this whole thing. Now, I don't cook with anything else. As of now, the only thing that I cook with is cast iron, full stop. So for that reason, it's always sitting on the stovetop. And I used to be like really, really picky about getting the thing clean as fast as I could. I was like, oh, I'm done with it. I need to like wash the thing out, and I need to immediately, you know, put a thin, fresh coat of oil on that thing. That's what I did initially. Now I'm up to a point where I'm like, nah, you're just gonna sit. Like, I'll clean you whenever I feel like it. But also, what's majorly changed is the fact that we used to do breakfast sausage. We used to do breakfast sausage on Sundays. I specifically get up, I cook Sunday breakfast. And since I started cooking, like, I switched to bacon because the local supermarket is constantly having bacon on sale, and I don't know why. I'm just like, I don't know what the reason for this is, but you guys constantly have bacon on sale, so I'm just gonna buy this since it's cheaper. So now, more frequently, there's just bacon grease literally left over sitting in the pan. So if I want an egg, almost always now, I'm like, oh cool, there's a bunch of bacon grease. I don't have to worry about anything. I just cook in the grease, and that's all I do with my eggs. That being said, if I want eggs, and there is, for whatever reason, no bacon grease, because some bacon gives some bacon is more fat than it is actual meat, which has been the case lately for the stuff that I bought on sale. But when I get the really, really good bacon, it's more meat than it is grease. So when that's the case, and like the cast iron pan is empty enough to justify me, like, you know, scrubbing it out and, you know, like putting a new temporary a new like coat of oil on it. What I end up doing when there's no bacon grease left in the pan is I will cook in fresh butter instead. As fresh as it can be for something that, like, homemade butter, but I make food that is really quick to make. Pies, sandwiches, various crackers, and so on. I'm actually hungry right now. Man. Our family's cast iron pan set has been passed down for 5 generations. My word. If it's a 5-generation set, like, are you certain that what's in, that you're not cooking in something that has lead in it? A lot of cast iron used to have lead in it. I have a total of 3 cast iron pans. I have a... Oh, I don't even remember the sizes of them, but I have a large one, I have a small one, and then I have a deep one. The deep one is the one that I've gotten the least amount of use out of, but it's fantastic for making French onion soup. Or, well, not really French onion, but just onion soup in general. Do you have a wok? No, I do. We do not have a wok, sadly. And that is in no small part because we have an electric stove. You cannot get good heat for working on a wok without an electric stove or without a very specialized induction plate. So they're safe. I tested them myself. And also, these were the handcrafted kind from back in the day type stuff. My God. Try an extra good amount of extra virgin olive oil, but don't get it from a big brand. Try to find a smaller brand, preferably Moroccan, and olive oil has a different taste to it that pairs great with sunny side up eggs. Man, here's the thing. Like, when it comes to like what we cook with, we always there are 3 types of there are 3 types of oils that we always have in the kitchen. As of late, we've had more oils than that, but there are always 3 types of oils that we have. We have bog standard vegetable oil. Okay, that is that's a critical one for like certain baking recipes, specifically the bread loaf that I do. It requires like 50 grams of vegetable oil. So I need that in the kitchen. The second thing that I always have is butter. It doesn't really matter what type of butter, but personally, I find eggs fried in butter to be the best way to do eggs. Just my personal preference. And third, and most frequently used outside of me and my cast iron, which is to say most of the time because Tev does the vast majority of the cooking in the house, it is aerosol, it is olive oil cooking spray. So olive oil cooking spray is what we use the absolute most. Like, the olive oil cooking spray is even used whenever I'm baking because that's what I use to like to grease my baking pan. So I'm not opposed to olive oil. We also have normal extra virgin olive oil in the pantry because that's necessary whenever we make whenever Tev makes focaccia, and she makes a mean focaccia. Different tools for different situations. I would never let go of cooking spray, just for the simple reason that it is the fastest and most superior way, in my opinion, to grease a pan that needs to go in the oven. With butter, I advise to stick to butter without added salt, as you can control the amount of salt. Yes, exactly. Now, the butter that I use to cook is stuff that I make at home. I make my own butter. So which is, you know, it's good. It's satisfying. There's something nice about, like, having butter that you make yourself. I think that there's an honest, like, big flavor difference as well. The problem... Oh, my God. My nose is so freaking itchy today. Talking about my job, we sell the good extra virgin olive oil that comes from different countries like Spain, Italy, Portugal, and are a single olive-based oils. I've heard all sorts of things about this. So what you're talking about there, Dark Matter, it's familiar to me. I know that it's like, yeah, there's different quality levels of the oil that you can get. You want to be certain that it comes from a single type of oil, you know, virgin pressed, all that stuff. I'm not a super expert with it, but what you're talking about is a familiar topic to me. I'm not hearing anything new. Which is my way of saying it's a good to know that, like, when somebody else brings up the same topic and starts, you know, discussing it passionately, it's like, oh, okay, so what I knew seems to be more accurate. Basically, the more people say the same thing, the more likely it is to be true. More likely it is to be true, not guaranteed to be true. We're talking about food, and then my ex-cook comes out. Well, here's a question for you, Mulder. Oh, by the way, Mulder, thank you so much for the gift that wound up back on the wall. I feel relatively certain that I've discussed that previously when you came around about the gift on the wall, but wanted to just put a point on that. Anyways, you're an ex-cook. Please do tell more. Please share with the class. What is the story of being an ex-cook? Why ex? Why cook in the first place? I think this is my absolute favorite track out of the Hat in Time soundtrack. I love it. You suddenly get that huge itch in the freaking ear canal. Last music track out here giving me anxiety. Well, I apologize for that. This is actually the electro swing remix of the previous track. Have a fun rest of your life back there. Bye-bye. Amontillado. Yep, exactly. Stefano, no! I fell in love with cooking because I can make something special from nothing, and then seeing people's faces light up when they're first. That's your food. Something that you made is just something so wonderful. It's an entirely understandable cause, rhyme and reason. And I am not going to be going much further with the nether bricks here. A small child is stuck in your wall. Well, you know, sometimes you have to teach the child that there are consequences for being, you know, stupid. Not my fault. All right. Not enough to finish this, sadly. But now it's on to glass pane. It's on to the glass pane town. I should have put glass on the thumbnail of this video. And there goes George. I like how you keep giving them all names. Putting the glass in is probably the most annoying part because it's such a tiny error, margin of error for getting it placed correctly. And, like, I'm not gonna just rip it out. I'm not gonna just break the glass. I need so much of this stuff. Like, this is only one of the tunnels that... I shouldn't have done that. This is only one of the tunnels that I have to do, you know? So I have a pretty significant incentive to, like, save as much of the glass as possible. So, like, every single time I misplace glass, it just gets to sit there until I come back through with my good tools, you know? For the finishing process. And trust me, chat, I know that you guys like to watch me finish. It's no fun if it's nothing but teasing the whole way through. First I have to... Oh, man, I did it again. First I have to come through here edging. I have to edge all the way through, and then eventually, maybe not even today, maybe we've had several episodes of nothing but edging. Eventually I'll come through with the right tools and actually finish. So... But the X was because my former chef took all the fun out of working in a kitchen. A kitchen is a battleground, is really hard work because when you are in a good team, it feels great every time my chef just took all the feeling of the team out of it. It was no longer a battle just to get great food out on time, but also not to beat the shit out of my workers that kept saying dumb things and pissing me off every day, and then the chef taking his side every single time. I didn't feel like a team. It felt like I was flitching on my own. Man, that is a great way to work in a terrible environment. That's a bad work environment, man. No wonder you left. Fighting on my own. Okay, yeah. Man. I'm sorry you had to go through that shit. That's not cool. Hello, Limitless. How you doing? Greetings and welcome to the stream. We're just putting glass panes into tunnels right now. Still have plenty of glass left to use. Don't know if it's enough to get across the bridge up ahead, but it might be. It'll be enough to close up a couple of empty spaces at least. Try to get these gaps closed so that ghasts don't, like, fireball me. Place le glace pian. I think I'm gonna focus on closing up gaps before I start laying down new glass in fully empty spaces. Pigmen are being sealed into the walls. I'm feeling warm and bubbly inside because my boyfriend is a cutie patootie. Well, hello there, Too Much Animu. Isn't Sawtooth naming the pigmen because being sealed away like I do with bears? God. God damn it. Did not mean to do that. Look at what you made me do, chat. I was so busy trying to read your messages that I'm misplacing all of my precious glass now. It's all your fault. You need to compensate me for this. Alright. Looks like this is the last gap that I have to close up. And from here, it's just going to be putting in the basic windows. Ugh, I don't like that song. Stupid zombie pigs every time. Like I said, I don't think that I have enough glass to finish this bridge. I've only got 4 more stacks. It takes an entire stack to finish a single cell of this, so... May as well finish up one side before I start the other. I can pretty much guarantee there's not enough to do the whole job. No! God damn it. Alright. And of course, I have to deal with some amount of loss because of the stupid ghasts. Precarious block placements. Ugh, I hate using glass panes for this exact reason, but it's the cheaper method. It's cheaper, it's more economic, and also, like, I think that glass panes in most situations just straight up look better. Because, like, it gives you a little bit of, like, depth to the wall since it's not just, like, a full solid block. Okay, that's one side finished. Nowhere near enough to finish the entire project, but guess we'll just run along and do the bottom half first. All right, I'm gonna bottom. I'm just gonna bottom for the rest of the stream. Sometimes I'm happy that I work by myself at my job, like one person per shift, so I get 4 to 5 hours of work in silence until customers walk in and I have to do impromptu cooking lessons to some. Oh man, that would suck. Like, I don't like having to do, like, my job mostly has me not talking with people all day long as well. It's infrequent that I have to talk with people, and even then, it's mostly the same people all the time because I don't have to interface with the public. So I totally get you there, you know? And that's that. I'm all out of glass. Oh, all right, so fill my entire inventory up with red nether brick walls, and then then at least I think like 2 stacks of glass panes is what I need. I need 2 stacks of glass panes, and then I need the rest of it being red nether brick. Better than the chicken farm I got there all in one block. Over 70 chickens in one block. Man, that is inhumane. Why are you being so mean to all the chickens? Don't you always bottom? God. Of course, at least one person goes and grabs the joke and runs with it. You grabbed my bottom and you ran with it. Impromptu cooking lessons are needed sometimes because a lot of my job clientele cannot cook or cook properly, like the most cooking they do is either pasta or salad. It is a skill, and it is sadly a skill that is underutilized. Admittedly, I don't know how to cook as well as I wish I could. That is it night? Yeah, it's either just I think it's just dawn right now. Cooking takes energy that I don't always have. That is an extremely true statement. Having energy to actually cook is something special within itself. Alright. We getting there. I found some recipes that take low energy. There are definitely different levels of recipe out there. Some of them are like, yeah, like no work at all. Others, you know, they require that you make the whole kitchen dirty for it. Energy for eating and energy for cooking the food for eating are two entirely different categories. Very true as well. My brother and I made gumbo this weekend. I would not have had the ability to make it if it was just me. Man, that is... I feel that. I absolutely feel that. Not having the energy to make a particular dish because you have to make it on your own, man. Like, freaking relatable as all hell. Cooking is like chemistry. Instead of deadly chemicals and elements, it's things that you can eat in one way or another. Here I am. I grew up with such, like, not particularly good cooking that I'm like, well, I mean, how burnt is it? How dry is it? It's not that bad. You can still eat it. Like, that's what I grew up with. And don't get me wrong, I love my mom. But you can love someone and they can just be really bad at something. Chemistry where you're encouraged to lick your fingers. Ever get in a situation where you spend all day expecting a big group of people to come in, to come by and eat, so you spend all day cooking and stuff, and by the time they roll around, most of them aren't hungry, so it's like, well, what was the point? And now you don't feel like eating much either? Man. So this is a fun, like, story to always get in, to get into, but it's just like, have you ever had a situation where you've gone to somebody's place because, like, they invited you over for some particularly big meal? Let's just say Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or something like that. A meal where it's like, you have a huge, like, you have to put that bird in so long beforehand that it means that you, if you're not up at 2 o'clock in the morning starting your work on that bird, it won't go in on time. So, like, have you ever gone to somebody's house and they're like, you know, they invited you over and it's like, yeah, dinner is at, 6, and you show up and they're putting the bird in at 6. And it's like, that's a 3-hour cook. Why are you putting the bird in at 6 o'clock when it takes 3 hours to be ready if everything goes perfect? Yum, I love my turkey rare. God. Oh my God. Like, walking into a situation like that is like just full stop. Oh, I have to live with this situation, and then I am never coming back. I am never coming back after this happens. I'm just gonna stick to one side for the time being. I don't even know that I have enough freaking... I probably don't have enough red nether brick to finish going through this tunnel. Like, as much of the red nether brick as I have made, I get the feeling that I need a lot more than I actually have. And I'm starting to run out back at base. I make a stew every year whenever I start cooking the previous night and have it stew for 18 hours. Oh my god, that sounds so good. Timing to start cooking like that is so important. It's freaking critical. Like, making good food is important. Like, making your food good is always first and foremost. But no matter what, timing is always going to matter. Even if it is a secondary thing, you know? Man, I'm still sitting here wondering to myself if I should bother taking a day. I'm like 15 minutes out from closing up for this for the stream. And usually at that point it's like, okay, it's time to like, you know, do a whole bunch of things for the next hour that involve me getting ready for work. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know, man, freaking daylight savings is a pretty good excuse to just not go into work. Should I just not go into work today? Should I call in one of my days? Just be like, yeah, it's not for me. Sorry. The cookies. Girl Scout cookies! Can I open them?
Yeah. Those are specifically yours, not the other 3 boxes in my office.
Do you have any of these for yourself? Well,
Go
yes.
for it.
You're going to start today with a cookie.
Me?
Yeah, you're gonna taste one of these. Okay, maybe you don't start today with a cookie, but you will taste one of these at some point.
Okay.
Assuming that there are no nuts in it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm willing to test it for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's very good. Let's see. Indulgent brownie-inspired cookies with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. I'm not tasting any sea salt.
That doesn't sound too bad. Excuse me.
So, Thin Mints are basically a crunchy cookie with mint chocolate on the outside of them. It's kind of what we got here. It has basically the Thin Mint cookie inside. It's coated with normal chocolate. It has caramel cream dollop on the top of it. And then additional... Yeah, that's it. Thin Mint cookie, chocolate, caramel. What is not to enjoy about that?
There's 2 boxes of Thin Mints.
They go in the freezer.
And Tagalongs. What'd you say?
Thin Mints are going in the freezer.
Okay, 1 box is going in the freezer.
Oh, okay. Oh, hello. Hi.
It's the boy.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Oh, you're welcome.
Now,
Take those away from you before you
yes,
eat them all?
take them away from me.
All right. Come on, kitty.
You want your kibble? Yep, he wanted to kibble it up. Kids these days don't want to work. Give them to me. You want the cookies? You want some of your cookie? I don't agree if you cook for yourself. It does not always have to be good. It just has to be good enough to survive off of for the day. That is a very true statement. If you are only cooking for yourself, the quality is something that you don't have to worry about whether or not the quality is going to be good enough for somebody else. Cooking for yourself and cooking for somebody else is always such a different beast. I'm gonna miss the s'mores Girl Scout cookies. They're not making them anymore after the batch, after this batch, I heard. Oh, that's no cool. There's the definition of not fun. Also, you know what's interesting, chat? Whenever I decided to switch to this particular paradigm for my coffee, you know, like brew it and put it in a insulated carafe and all that stuff, which is working out fantastically, by the way. I went out and I specifically bought the expensive coffee creamer. That was what I did. I went out and I was like, I'm gonna buy the expensive coffee creamer. May as well get the good stuff for the first time to figure out what on earth I can work with. The expensive coffee creamer turned out to be junk. Didn't want to dissolve. Didn't want to mix. Didn't have a particularly impressive flavor. So then I go and I buy the cheap stuff. I buy the super cheap stuff from Aldi. And you know what? It's way better. I do not understand, man. I could totally do a I could go back down the other side, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick to one side in its entirety and exhaust all of the walls that I have to place down. Because I don't want to have to run super far down this corridor before I have to stop and fix things up for myself. If those words make any amount of sense. Gesundheit, Tev. Assuming that... You're welcome. Okay, so Tev could indeed hear me. I think I just want one side completely undone because it means that I can reach it faster whenever I have to run back and return with additional material. Because there's no way that I have enough freaking wall to finish this whole thing. If I do, I'll be freaking astonished. Oh, right. I was also still working on the glass situation. And since I have some extra here... I guess the real question is, if I take the day off, what do I do with my day off? Sleep. You're utterly right. That would be the most reasonable thing to do. Sleep. Damn it. Alright, this had better be the end of it. If I don't hit the end soon, I'm not gonna have enough glass to finish off the project. I'm starting to very seriously wonder if I have enough glass to finish. I might not actually reach the end. Chat, I might just be edging all day long. No payoff. No release. Fuck. Oh my god, I don't have enough. Shit. Ah. I am short by 20. Ugh. Fuck me. William. What? Amontillatoing the pig, I see. I've been doing that this entire time, man. I've been amontillatoing pigs all night long. All morning. There we go. All morning. It's not the night. You don't want to go back to work tomorrow? Yeah, I don't blame you. Having to go into work sucks, man. Especially if you don't feel compelled, you know? To, like, if you don't feel satisfied by the job that you do, you know? Feeling like your job matters or makes a difference or means something can be so freaking important. I don't want to work today. Ugh. And that's also a mood. That's also a huge freaking mood. And you know what the crazy part about all of this is? This is, chat. What I'm doing here in the Nether with the red brick walls and everything. This may be the longest tunnel that I have to actually do, but I have 3 other tunnels that need the exact same treatment, just with different materials. I still have the opportunity to, like, change the type of tunnel design that I'm doing for the other spaces, but I don't know. I get the feeling that this is just what I'm stuck with. Gonna be doing it this way for every direction. And this is only the north direction, which is admittedly the one that goes the furthest. It's 4 gates. All of the other directions, they go as far as 2 gates. If I didn't work, I'd never go outside, so it has value. But also, I don't wanna. I'm an introvert? No, that's not true. Introverts are a myth. Son of a bitch. Yay. Okay, chat. With the sounding of the alarm, you're gonna have to give me a bit of a moment here. All that coffee has gotten to me. I will be right back. Alright, I have returned. Chat. I have got to remember to freaking oil this chair. It's gotten so noisy. A myth, just like dragons. Could you imagine dragons? Thank you. I'll be here for 5 more minutes. Face pump. Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad. Chat, I can't believe it. I thought I was going to be so close to done with this project today. And I am so far from done still. This tunnel is so arduous. One, two, three sections there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My God. 15 sections remain for me to sort out. And I'm just completely out of material again. Took me a full second to catch that. I was so caught up in imagining dragons that I almost missed your pun. Oh. It was a groan-worthy... Oh, man. Don't be groaning at my jokes. They're supposed to bring happiness. Oh, yeah. That coffee's stone cold now. Imagine Dragons. I will, actually. Thanks. I mean, the only thing I think of whenever I make the statement Imagine Dragons is the show Arcane. That's all I can think of. The show Arcane because of their opening song. No mods in this Minecraft. Precisely. This is vanilla. Pure distilled vanilla. Hello, Harumph. How you doing? I think of our favorite dragon rug. What up, dude? How have you been? I'm all right. I'm all right. Just, you know, doing a large construction project in the Nether that has gotten very, very boring. I didn't get a harumph out of you. You don't remember me because I come in rarely, but I've watched a ton of your stuff, mostly the YouTubes. You helped me beat Fallout 3. Really? You know, that, like, it's always wonderful to hear about you, anybody who's seen my work in the past, and I've helped to do something, you know, that has touched your life in some way. Very satisfying. I'm happy to have helped, and it's good to see you. It's good to see you. My jumps are exactly on time with the music. I don't want to let this go. Jumping in time with the music accidentally. I love it. All right, that's enough. I meant to go back to the main portal house, but I just couldn't help myself. I loved how I was in sync with the music. The hours of effort you put into this nether path is not lost on me. What can I say? Like, the thing that I like the most about building on this personal server is just the fact that I can stop, I can step back, I can look at it and say, man, that's a lot of work. And I did all of that without, like, I did all of it the hard way. I did all of it the hard way. There's a sense of reward that comes with that, you know? When I come back from the nether, I have nothing in my hands. Time to replay Necrodancer. I could probably go for doing Cadence of Hyrule. How much more of this stuff? I have plenty of red nether brick left, but I don't think this is anywhere near enough to finish off the project in the nether. Okay, we'll use a stone cutter for the last two pieces. How long have you done this server? But you know, asked in proper English. Wait, there's menu colors are vanilla? No. Like that, this is the vanilla game, but I forgot to turn the information back on that I have a texture pack on. I have a display here. There we go. I do have a texture pack applied, but this is vanilla Minecraft otherwise. Like, mechanically, there's nothing special about it. If you are interested in this, in what the story for this server is, Eli just shared the link by typing an exclamation tour. That's a half-hour video detailing the history of this server. It is the most up-to-date version of what happened, of the story of this server. Be back. I watch in 2x speed. No reason for you to do that. I'm closing up, actually. I'm closing up. I don't need to be playing anymore. Even though it would be very nice to keep streaming, it is time for me to stop. It is utterly and completely time for me to stop. I will do 1 or 2 extra things here on stream, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need to load up a series of furnaces. It's time for me to start smelting more of this stuff. I'm gonna have to make another run to another location in the nether as well, because I need to have more nether wart to continue making red nether brick. Like, say hello to my, like, idling process on the server as of late. It's just like, okay, yeah, load up the furnaces, go back, grab some blaze rods, and, you know, like, just set it to go and then stand on the side for, like, I don't know, half hour or something. I don't actually know how long it takes to run a single stack through these furnaces. I could automate all of this, but, you know, I just haven't. Looks fine out there. Gotta get in those pixel drift tutorials. Nah, most of the tutorials for how to build stuff that I see comes from Mumbo Jumbo. That guy is a freaking beast with redstone. Never seems to stop. Right here. A big part of the reason why I haven't automated anything is because this is the origin village. You don't have to watch the tour video for me to tell you this. The server was created in the beta days of Minecraft. Yeah, but he doesn't practical build shit anymore. That is true. He seems to do everything in creative for the sake of seeing whether or not it can be made, not whether or not it's something that you actually need or could ever use. Right. Let's stop that music. That's a good place for it to stop. So, furnaces are chugging away. Options, we'll go ahead and turn the volume all the way off because I'm gonna leave that and I'm gonna watch me build this house powered by zombie farts. It's hilarious and fun, but you know, I mean that's the difference between making a tutorial and making entertainment, you know? That is really the thing that makes it's the defining difference. The stuff that you do just because you can is entertainment. The stuff you do because you need it and you have to build it in survival is, well, that's your tutorials stuff. Anyways, chat, you've been a wonderful and a lovely audience. I totally mislabeled this stream by calling it Tough Time in reference to the material because I didn't touch a single solitary block of Tuff today. My word. Tough time. The only thing that was tough was my penis all day long. Wait, what? It's not a stream without a dick joke at some point, right? Cheers, Tev. Sorry. It's been tough all day long. I've done nothing but edge. I didn't finish. I didn't have enough glass or walls or anything to finish the job. I just edged. Went around the edges. I was edging all stream. Your disapproving visage gives me energy, Tev. All right, chat, listen, I'm so glad that you guys came along for the ride and enjoyed the stream today. I hope to see all of you again at noon US Central Saturday, when by then, hopefully I have oiled my chair so that it stops creaking on me. Zombie decay gives off methane. Methane burns very well. Use it to boil water. Steam turns turbine to generate... Criminy. Enough energy to go to work? I don't know. I don't know if I've got enough energy to go to work. I have less than an hour to figure that one out. Anyways. Listen, chat. It's time to get in squats. But you know what? Uh-oh. Chat. You've done a terrible job. Oh, 1. Oh, 2. 3. Hooey, 4. Oh, the burn. 5. 6. Oh, 7. Oh, no. 8. Oh, 9. 10. Oh, boy. Look at that. I'll never recover. The whopping 10 squats. Now you definitely don't have the energy to go to work. Eye roll. You go ahead and roll those eyes right out of your head, Tev. Now, all right, and that's the end of the stream for me. Chat, again, I hope that you have a good week. I hope to see you on Saturday. Until then, take care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay warm or cool wherever you are, and stay sane. Catch you later.